Ooh, love the slow jazz. Welcome to Last Call, everyone.
The jazz.
I am kicking back, guys. I don't even care. I'm taking the mic off the stand.
Take the mic off the stand, baby.
Oh.
It's off the stand.
Unhooking.
I'm just taking the whole stand with me.
Oh, good.
Episode 15 or 3/4 of 20, as Mike likes to call it.
3/4 of 20.
75%.
The Wandering Wonder had more wonders in store for us than I was expecting.
Incredibly, the Wandering Wonder was not completely surface.
I thought we would be wandering out of the wander, but we certainly wandered deeper in.
You guys got so close to
the
leaving.
Nethers.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. I'm glad we stayed.
Yeah.
Minx
Glad
had her
we
own
stayed.
little revelation. Like
Yeah.
that honestly, I didn't expect it at all, and that's kudos to Chris. But first of all, he dangled a carrot right in front of you of the your perception check. Oh my god, that's where we should start. Your morale card getting you to 20.
Well,
baby.
also, assist and morale. It all was necessary because it's magic, and I need
Minx loves her magic.
Yeah.
But off the top of the episode, you were rolling like fire. You did the
Yeah.
whole.
These are
finally
the skills I have, and so it really helps to move up like a 13 to a 20, literally.
Honestly,
so it's
it was team, not the times time to roll good.
It wasn't
Oh.
Dillon's time.
Well,
It felt
especially
so
even
good.
at the beginning of the episode, you guys got a lot of gold back from the
Yeah.
three
Yeah.
season
Felt
players.
so
You were
good.
generous. I had no idea that they had three. It was all your rolls.
We got all of the cool things, and we left with more money than we came in here with.
Yes.
This sounds like a big win overall.
I think we still lost money.
We
don't
might have
know.
lost a little bit of money.
You did.
Maybe a tiny bit.
But I mean, listen, we
I
have
made 500 and we spent 400, so 900 more.
Well, we spent
We only
You
had
guys
money
spent
on the stone and the
900
gauntlet.
gold at that auction.
Yeah.
yeah. So and I think we had 501 or 510. No, 511. We had 511 walking into the Wonder. No, we had
No.
411 walking into the Wonder.
No, we had.
schematics.
Yeah, no. Doing math, 75% of the way to 20.
But what did we pay for the stone?
You paid just over 400 for the stone.
And what did we
over
pay for
and
the
you
gauntlet?
paid 510 for the power gauntlet.
So
Oh, shit,
915,
okay. Yeah,
920 roughly.
Okay. So we lost about half our cash, but also gained 2 magical items.
Yeah.
And you
So
found out
sick.
what the power gauntlets do now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm stoked for the luck stone. That seems like a nice thing to have.
We still
as
haven't
an
even
extra
gotten to
thing.
the luck stone. Had just cast the lux, but
So
luck,
with luck stones, it requires attunement
Yeah.
to find out its true capabilities. So one of you will have to attune to it, meaning you'll have to spend like a long rest just getting to know it.
this is just
Wow, he's really
Don't
laid
yawn-
back.
don't
Kicking
yawn on
back.
Don't yawn into our audience's ears.
But this is the luck stone is kind of just the luck feat, but just once, right? I think for the last call listeners, come on.
If you think
I'll
that
attune
I'm
to
giving
it.
you all the answers on the last
Fuck
call,
you.
We already own the stone.
I know we don't know what it does.
I know what it does.
I'll
Tune
sit
to
with it. I'll babysit it.
You think I'm just going to give you a luck stone?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to just I want what the thing is I want to know why they wanted it, and I hate that that's
I
just
know.
like the guilt
I
of
know, right?
like what would you guys want with it?
Yeah.
I don't want
Wait,
you to
why do
have
you
it because
want
I
it?
have it.
What are you doing?
I don't want to give it to you because you wanted it.
They're probably going to just. I mean, ultimately, like who
They're
knows?
grifters.
Well, yeah, like if they had a luck stone
They grift better.
when you tried to buy the stones off of them, it probably would have been a greater success for them regardless, right? So that's probably what they're using it for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Maybe.
that's my assumption.
But speaking of those guys, Minx was scarier than I've ever seen her, and
Oh,
Clue
yeah.
liked it. Clue
Oh
was-
yeah,
Clue
we
was
saw
like,
dark side of Minx.
Holy. Clue was
Yeah.
helping, but he didn't need to.
There was a lot of good performances when you like broke down and cried at that street
Dude,
artist.
Oh my god!
Oh my god, it was so fucking Mike and I were like literally pumping our fists.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like cheering
that
you on.
was
God.
awesome, and I'm so glad Chris was like, "Yeah, roll with advantage." Obviously,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That was
reward
a
amazing
fucking performance.
Absolutely, yeah. It was
That
kind
was
of a little
great.
bit of like a detective kind of episode. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Minx was like, something's up. I'm gonna do a little snooping around.
yeah,
like,
I think I said in
just
the
all of
episode, it
it.
felt very Ocean's 11 when
Yeah.
we were all like maintain. I just imagine like all the crash zooms that are happening
Exactly.
into the people from like
Exactly.
other sides of like it's like the fountain splash, but it's like the zoom between the
So
fountain splash
there's
of like
actually a shot in Ocean's 11 where there's 3 people lined up in a row, and the camera is on the guy in the foreground,
Yeah.
then it focuses to middle
Yeah.
ground, who
Yeah.
then turns to background.
Yeah,
and if there's a person,
yeah.
and that's exactly what I was picturing.
That's what I was picturing
Yeah.
the whole time too.
So
Yeah.
cool. Ocean's 11, guys.
Very cool.
I loved that. It's like I love combat. Don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
I do love it, but like
This
this
is the
is
shit.
this is really fun for me
This
too.
is
Yeah.
shit. Gathering information.
Yeah.
And then also just like, I don't even want to get to the basement just yet, but like,
Yeah.
my goodness.
Beyond that, what else happened before?
I mean,
so-
Hartley, you got
Hartley
drunk
got-
at the bar.
I was about to say,
did, and it
that
was
was
Beautiful and
funny.
rich.
Huh?
That's
Oh,
it.
That's
Just-
it.
I didn't get a chance to like make a comment on your eyes or something.
Oh, I was waiting for it because I would have been like, no, nothing's different about me.
Yeah, because I totally forgot about that. Well, what threw me off, like what I think kind of shook, what's it called? Shook Dillon a little bit at the end of all of that. It seemed he doesn't really mind. Anyway, I'm not quite sure what I'm saying, but when Dax saw my shackles,
Oh,
that was
a good moment.
That was a
of
moment.
you being super
That was
talkative and then going
and like good on you, Chris, for just like obviously like yes, you have to keep in mind all these things and like have a sort of like a mental sort of list of stuff that everyone's been
But
doing
immersion.
has, but just like the fact that you remembered that and like that was a curveball for me. It was
Yeah.
really cool. It shut me the
that
fuck
means
up for a
when
second.
Chris plays his characters, he's in the character.
Oh, yeah.
and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
watching Dillon do things,
Yeah.
and Dillon was being animated.
Yeah. I pointed
So
my arm
good.
out. He saw the fucking that was great.
That's
That was-
incredible. That's
good.
incredible. Like just perception.
That was good.
And
I really want to know, Chris, if they're on to me yet.
Oh, because
You rolled. I
I've
think
gone to
you
the-
rolled like 3 or 4
Everyone
times,
must
and I was
know.
like, and I'm like, Michael knows that probably they're on to me, but I really think Dillon thinks he's okay.
I think I've gotten to the point where Dillon is just full on not being like quiet
No.
or responsible at all. So I'm like,
No.
I'm not gonna reward Dylan knowing
No.
what's up.
Of
I'm gonna
course
start rolling these insights away from the table.
Yeah, fair.
So I know if they're on to you. You do not.
we do not. Okay.
Well,
copy.
We at least
We
at
can
the
assume-
end they knew.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, the drinks. I said it also in the episode. I'll say it again. Somehow, Clue. I don't get a feeling that Clue is ever going to understand the value of money again. I really wanted to. I was happy to spend all the money on the gauntlet to not really know the value. And then a gem fell in my pocket,
And then you're like,
and
sweet.
you got 300 gold out of nothing.
I owed you.
No, I know, but that is now officially our goal. Clue is definitely associates that to like everybody because you got it. It's your gold, even though I helped you with the stone. But still, like that's our money. But the fact that you got that and then this gem falling into my pocket is just very funny to me. That I feel like I'm never
Just
gonna
a
get there.
magnet for riches.
no matter how low we go,
It's
somehow Clue just finds more money.
Like
in
literally
gems.
a gem magically falling in his pocket is weird.
This
just
weird like Midas curse.
Yeah, a weird Midas curse.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't even know the backstory of how Clue got rich.
No.
But it's along
It's
those
just like
lines.
that, eh?
It's exactly like that.
Poof.
I wonder, Chris, is that written into the story? Is that written into the plot at all?
Oh,
Your backstory?
Probably.
Backstory.
No, your backstory is not going to be included in the campaign.
No, not the backstory. A reason for. Oh, doesn't matter. It's just a curious thought.
Chris, fantastic job, my friend.
Thank you.
You killed it this episode.
It was so
Um,
fun, Chris.
Very, very, very fun.
Did you have any highlights?
Yeah.
I mean, it blew my mind when you were like, "I'll take 6 drinks, please."
Yeah.
And I realized I should tell you what is going
Didn't
to
say
happen.
to go or anything.
Just
you sat at a
yeah.
bar. You sat at a bar. It's like you sat at a bar at a restaurant and you just ordered 6 drinks.
You know what fucking
by
sucks?
yourself.
You know what fucking sucks? I've done that in real life before, alone at a bar.
6 drinks at once?
Yeah, I ordered 6 shots of tequila.
Can they legally give that to you though?
It was in Brighton, England.
Okay.
So they do anything.
But I think when you first walked into the adults only section, like I described the bar being like, you see people grow taller and disappear and like stuff's happening to them.
Just give me 6.
Yeah. So I kind of was like,
Chris like blue screen though. It was funny because you were like you completely like knelt over, just like staring at what was in front of you, and I was
Just
like,
going like,
"This is fine."
I
This
had
is
an out of
fine.
moment, like
Yeah.
an out of DM moment where I thought in my head, like, can I allow this?
Was the bar in Brighton busy? Why'd you order 6
it
at
was
once?
it was also kind of a club.
Was it busy?
It was a bar club, and
Was
it
it
was
like-
also a hostel.
Was it like I'm ordering 6 shots
I had
because I
just-
won't get the other ones in time?
I had just lost at the final table in a poker tournament.
I see.
And it was raining out, and I needed to find a place to sleep that night because I
So
had booked a hostel.
So you had a Michael Chocolates after Dillon died.
Yes, so it was
You had it with tequila.
yes, it was pouring rain, and I went to every hostel on the block just to see, hey, do you have any beds available? And this was the second or third hostel that I'd visited.
Sick.
And they said, this one also said, yeah, we got nothing for you.
Cool. So I'll take
and
6
I
tequila shots.
and I was like, well, I better make the rain a little bit better. And then I ordered 6 and downed 6 tequila shots in one go.
Jesus
like,
Christ.
like 6. By the time we had finished pouring the third,
Yep.
I was done the second.
Yep.
So what we're
Um,
saying is you are Clue.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm beginning to realize now that you are embodying a lot of who you are
Exactly.
in your
It's
characters the more we
ridiculous.
play.
I feel like we're all sort of slightly embodying our
Slightly,
own selves.
Dylan.
Fucking
Michael
fully.
literally I'm not sure if we're gonna cut it out or not, but yeah, we are gonna cut it out. Mike in the middle of recording, Chris is going through, it's towards the end of Chris doing like this like lore-ish dump scene, and Mike makes a face like he's holding
I
back.
take a Loris.
I really wanted to yell, and I did.
Yeah, he's
the
making a
face
face
in
like
the
he's holding back
pool.
a fart. And
The face in the pool is like, I have been speaking with Moradin and Pelor.
yeah.
And then Mike's like, he's
They're
got
using
a
a
relic.
and we're and like we had to stop the podcast. I was like, they know.
I was like, wait, they know?
Yeah, of course they know.
Why do they know? Oh, because they're gods? Oh, I'm not understanding this. Okay. We'll bring that back.
Yeah.
It was funny when you said that. I was like, "Oh, is he gonna say that?" And then looking to Hartley and Maggie, the pure fear
Yeah.
on their face.
It's
were like,
because
they were completely like in the character and real. Like it was like they were. I was looking at Clue and Minx, and Dillon literally just said that.
and I looked at Maggie. So when Mike went to a washroom right before that, I looked at Maggie, and Maggie's like, "I'm just so afraid of anything Dylan's gonna do."
Oh, good.
And then Mike comes back and immediately shouts. Oh my god, it's so funny.
But it was because like we went right off the bat again of like Dillon in the auction house still.
Yes.
Going through, still
Yeah.
talking,
Yep.
still talking to
Yep.
directly the auctioneer.
Yep. Yeah.
And it was
I'm
just like
telling-
stacking.
I'm telling you, give Dillon a shred of power. Give Dillon
He will.
a faux sense of security.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
I think he's gone. I think he's a little bit crazy.
You think?
Ultimately, I don't think it mattered too much because
knew.
you guys had such awful stealth approaching
Yeah.
this like cavern.
Yeah, we got
where,
discovered.
Of course, they knew you were there, or
And
at
it
least
was a
at
god.
least the person in the pool knew you were there.
For sure.
So the person in the pool is a god.
Person in the pool.
Right, because you said
Lady.
Chris mentioned
Madame.
that Maggie Minx recognizes this person.
Which is interesting.
I know.
Because if they're talking to gods, how would I have met them? And that is
know.
right,
this is where my brain
because
is. I
There was
don't
a
know.
mention of them being like, we're not supposed to be talking to mortals.
Well, they're not allowed. Yeah,
they're not
they're-
allowed,
yeah.
but they are, because that's how the Wandering Wonder is able to function.
No, not necessarily. I don't think that's true at all. I think it's
Well, they're like the harbingers. I can't say that word.
harbingers.
Thank you. Of the Wandering Harbingers.
No, I think they're like patrons. Like it's a patron that gives like that is like the financial backer or like the magical backer for that big ball of the Wandering Wonder.
I don't know about you, Maggie, but I sort of felt like it was like they were sort of, it was their thing.
It's so it's interesting because that entity was speaking very highly, saying like, we think that the Wandering Wonder is a success.
Yeah.
Right.
And so they have a reason to think that this is a good thing.
Yeah.
And so
Fair.
me, Maggie, but also as Minx, I'm just like, why are you trying to do this and what's your reason to
Yeah,
be doing
fair.
this?
Mhm.
And so, but also like being very fearful of what is
Mhm.
happening with the capital
Yeah.
and knowing how that's impacting mortals.
I'm also
Yeah.
not
So-
sure about the voice. You know, we've just heard the voice of this god we didn't recognize. But
Sorry,
Well,
my
we
voice.
saw. Well,
no,
we
no,
saw.
no, 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 it
Yeah,
sounded
I'm not
very similar, and I'm not sure if it's on purpose or not because we only got about a sentence from each, to the voice that gave Dillon his shackles. Very similar.
Oh.
Very,
Oh,
very
interesting.
similar. Complete the way
Interesting.
that your person said complete and utter loyalty was very similar to the way that
didn't
this
catch that.
god said a lot of
I
her
didn't
stuff.
catch that. And I don't think Dillon would have caught it, but maybe.
I made a thing to you while we were recording where I did this, and I don't think you
I don't think I
noticed
caught it.
it.
I don't think I caught it. I was
Yeah.
trying. I was holding in any every.
A toot. You were holding in a toot.
I was holding in two, and the need to scream
Yeah.
random things.
Scream it, Mike.
It's
Scream
a
it.
theory. Either you are very astute, or Chris has only a finite amount of voices he can do.
That's fair, and it
we
could
go.
be a little bit of both.
Maybe a little bit of both.
Porque no los dos?
It's better that I have like a similar voice for these ethereal beings as opposed to like you being like, why does that god sound like Flinthorn?
Yeah, yeah. Oh wait, did you just say God? Are they all gods? Are they all gods?
I can't say anything.
You just
Wait, who? Like the four
here
standing
we go.
around the pool?
I think Chris just might have. Yeah.
No, they're not gods.
We
He was,
don't
talking, he
know.
was talking about the god in the pool sounding
god
like
in the-
another god in your dream.
Well, I mean, okay. I'm sorry, Chris. For
The
putting you on
auctioneer
the
is
spot.
not a god. I would put all my money on it.
I mean, I said that one of the people talking, standing above the water, looking down, sounded like Flinthorn. Correct? We had that moment.
I will bet you
And then Chris just said, "Why does that
I
god
will
sound like
bet you-
Flinthorn?"
The way that I
$10,000 of real money that he is not a god.
This
Ooh.
that is literally up to Chris now. You're essentially looking at Chris and being like,
Who deserves 10K?
"No, who deserves Hartley's 10K?"
Fair. No, you would have to put up the equivalent. We don't have that money. We
the
don't
way
have
the way I kind of phrased it was
Not yet. Join our Patreon.
But you all recognized the four voices around the pool. They
Yes.
We had the auctioneer, we had
they were-
Diesel, the sad goblin, and the fight pitman.
were Five Pin Man. Yeah.
Employees of the Wandering Wonder.
Yes. But yeah, there was a lot to unpack with that
Yeah.
little cavern.
Yeah, that was really good
experience.
lore, Chris. A nice little good lore dump that we it felt very spooky because like we were not supposed to be there, and I think it was just really presented in a very fun way.
Yeah.
My question was like, is it like a FaceTime that they're doing with the pool?
It's actually Skype.
It's Skype. Really, they still use Skype?
You're on mute.
That's funny.
Your signal's not great.
It's not Microsoft Teams.
No, Skype actually works better from the Wandering Wonder.
It's not Zoom
That's
either.
so funny.
How long are we going to keep this joke up?
Sorry,
Speaking
But
of
like-
keeping
but-
a joke up,
but it was
way
like a
too-
fake, right? A face. It was like a face, like
Yeah.
a face in the water that
I
was
think-
illuminating.
Oh, it was a
right?
face? I thought it was a whole figure.
You could see a lot of their.
Okay,
Whole figure.
okay, but it
Yeah.
was like a transmitted message versus like someone in the water swimming, being like, "Oh
It-
no,
It was
A mermaid.
I am the lady
If
of
it
the lake.
was, I would have done my water elemental voice from the last
Oh my
time.
God.
she was
Speaking
great.
of keeping a joke too long, let's do our little Mike reads his.
Oh, they're getting better,
Yes.
guys. They're getting better.
Are
guys.
they?
I mean, I don't know.
Let's see.
Let's see. Billy and Tom, Lucine, Clon Vizier, Aligar, Cassio, bum, Morale. Oh,
Is that for-
Mortal Fighters. Sure. Element Orbs. 9x. There's 9 times of something. What's 9 times of?
I rolled
How
a
many
9 on the
orbs?
gauntlet.
Very
Yep.
cool. Magic. Whole rings. Dark woman with green and brown fabric. Familiar madame. Safer plane. And then I drew a little picture of a plane.
Nice. Nice.
I wonder if we can publish these as spark notes of our.
This is
of our
That's really
either
funny.
This is either Omer or Omen.
Okay, Omen. Familiar?
Oh.
You
I
had
don't-
an arrow from familiar to Omen.
Yep. And then he? Question mark. He. There was a he. He.
What?
Oh, maybe he was Faradin that they were talking about.
Yeah.
And that's about it, guys. Auctioneer board. It's my last note.
Nice.
He's bored of Hallow.
Nice.
Yeah, you got the gist.
I got the gist.
I got the
gist. And I think it's really, really cool. It's nice to hear that this is happening and people are aware of it throughout all of the different planes. And
Yeah.
it seems like the gods are getting involved again to some degree, which is really interesting because like it's like the War of the Exarchs and then they apparently left, right? Leaving the Exarchs. But now it seems like Faradin has put something into play, whether it's Faradin that is bringing all the gods back in, or if it's maybe because some of the gods are coming back into play in the realm of Hallow that Faradin is able to do the things that he's doing.
It just
So
ties,
it's like-
ties the dreams of you shouldn't be here.
Right, but also it's really interesting because if we have gods running the Wandering Wander or being involved in that, and they're like, ooh, like, you know what, like, let's just keep it a secret because we're not supposed to be talking
What
to
other
mortals.
gods are doing other shit?
What other gods are doing other
I
shit?
should have had that voice.
What other, right?
That's another god.
Let's just keep this a secret,
Let's just
guys.
keep this a secret, okay? Nobody needs to know.
I don't know how he's doing it.
Except for those guys. Kill them. Kill them right now. They're eavesdropping. But I'm just saying, like, I think it's really interesting because as much as it's like, okay, Faradin might be the one like starting all this shit, maybe Faradin and another god are in on it too, right? So
Maybe.
Oh.
because if these gods are,
I'm wondering,
are trickling
honestly,
in,
I'm wondering whether Faradin is an exarch.
well,
There hasn't been one in hundreds of years.
Close to 1,000.
Close to 1,000, but who's to say a god hasn't found his way onto Hallow to circumvent and has made Faradin one? If he's using a relic.
Maggie's wincing.
They're marching on the Capitol.
Right.
Whatever that
And
is, that's a big one.
We're going there too.
We got to run there.
So
I think I know why they're marching on the Capitol. Because in 10 days, a little door opens and we're gonna go through it and go to the fate. Which is what I was saying when I think we were talking off mic, where I was like, fucking, I know that if we get up to the peak when that door appears, we are not the only ones that are going to be up there.
Think so?
Cadmus knows.
absolutely,
He's
not,
obviously going to be there. Cadmus knows everything about the relic. He's probably a smart guy and has figured out Hallow's
Maybe.
Day with the 8 dots.
And he's gorgeous.
And he's gorgeous. But I don't think we're going to be the only ones.
Fair.
Especially if it opens for only a small amount
Very
of time.
fair.
And here's the other thing that I was thinking was, what if it's not just us going through? What if it's a whole nother fucking Fey army coming out of that door?
Well, and this is where I'm concerned because these guys are now moving to another plane of existence
Yeah.
because they're like,
because
fuck this.
these
Get
guys
away.
are going to the Capitol.
Yeah.
Why are they afraid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a concern.
Mhm.
Just
I
because we don't
think-
even know what's wrong yet.
Yeah.
Initial interpretation is that Faradin is moving quicker than expected.
Mhm.
It's his army that he's marching on the Capitol to take it back from his brother.
Yeah.
It looks so fun just holding your hand.
It is.
We're all-
It's pretty
we're all-
good to have the
It
mic
does-
in the hand.
We're hand bombing the mics now.
We're hand bombing the mics. I think
you can just
he's
rip it off
marching
of
on the
there.
Capitol. I think
pop it up.
nobody knows how he's using a relic yet.
Yeah.
And I think that's the storm that's coming, and
Yeah.
we don't want to be here for
I'm
it.
so excited to get to
Except
the top
we're
of the peak.
literally
I'm
running
yeah.
into the storm.
Yeah.
We're literally going to
We're
be there.
hey, we're running to the eye of the hurricane.
Yep. Yes, we are.
And
who knows who's
with
gonna
a
be
door
there.
in the middle to get out.
Yeah, I picture us like getting up to the summit and like as like 4 other groups of like people are coming out to the top and it's like a big showdown. Woo!
Symbolism is fun, isn't it, guys?
It's so fun.
But anyways, that's going to wrap up this week's last call. Thank you so much for listening. We will see you next time on next week's episode of Trouble at the Tavern, as well as The Last Call, joined once again by Chris, Mike, Hartley, and Maggie. Take it away with the slow jazz.
Ooh, love that
Slow
jazz.